yeah, you don't get no bullshit with us. We not here for like the fame, or here to say we got so much such and such followers, or here to say we doing this and this and that. Nah, we don't really care about that. All right. Ooh, it's a hot one. I'm listening. So you already know the deal. Welcome to Organic Wednesdays. Hope everybody doing all right. Hope everybody Wednesday life period is real organic. Hope you get into it. Me personally, I'm sucking at time management, so I gotta get a little bit better at that, which I'm usually good with. So it's a little bit weird, but yeah, I gotta start kind of getting up a little bit earlier because I'm so used to sleeping in a little bit because I work a night shift. So I gotta start getting in that habit of, you know, kind of getting up at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. ish, so that way I can get a lot more stuff done that I want to get done, because I still got to make sure I distribute my time to, the things that I need to get it to a lot more. So that's a big thing. But other than that, man, can't complain. The Wednesday's pretty solid, man. Last week we talked about consistency, so I hope everybody staying consistent and making sure that they taking the steps to achieve their goals. So while I wait for the sushi, we gonna go ahead and talk about personal, what's the word? Personability. I think that's the word. And also to, a little bit behind the title of being the Tim Duncan of drill. Exactly what that means, and what is behind that story. So about to get into that. I'm gonna go ahead and stop saying so much. That's one thing I gotta do from the other video. So we're working on it. So yeah, so starting off, personability. It was very hard for me to be personal, especially at first with music, because I remember growing up and my mom saying, don't tell everybody your business, or don't tell people your business, or don't tell, everybody what you got going on. I already said, so I gotta check that. So don't tell people what you got going on. So that was a big thing. So as a kid and just growing up, period, I never really wanted to talk about me so much, because I didn't want people in my business, because based off of the fact that my mom put it in my head and programmed it that people are only out to hurt you, and that by you putting your business out there in the world, or just being like very, fuck, I'm gonna say it, but it's gonna make sense when I say it. So that's it. But by me putting it out in the world, it's only gonna hurt me. And yes, that is one part of it, but another part of it too is it actually makes you relatable. It makes you human, because when you put that out there in the world, people actually look at you and say, "Damn, you're not so far off from me," or I could relate to you, or I had the same story, or I had the same thing, or I was going through the same thing rather. And so being more personable and just talking about what you got going on in your life, or what some of the obstacles you just dealt with, and some of the things you overcame with, that you're dealing with the past things, or even still dealing with now. Like, what are some of those things? And by you communicating those things, and whatever your craft is, or just in conversations with people, and just giving a little bit of honesty and authenticity about yourself, people relate to it, and people actually want to mess with you. And so that was like one of the biggest things that I wasn't told early on, that being personable will allow you to do. So it took time for me to actually open up with these conversations, and open up even with it in music, period, where it became my substance. It became something that I'm able to go ahead and create and make material. So that was a huge thing, is just like being more personable, and it opened up doors. So by you being more personable, you're opening up opportunities and opening up ties for people to actually mess with you, who are genuinely good people. Sometimes it might be somebody that looks to get something out of you, but more times than none, it's going to be somebody that has a genuine connection with you, that just wants to mess with you and just wants to see you win. So you get a lot of more of those people that could potentially be in your circle. So that was something about being personal that was huge. And with that transitioning, the statement of being the Tim Duncan of drill. So the Tim Duncan of drill, if you know Tim Duncan, let me just give some background coverage. So Tim Duncan is pretty much a Hall of Fame basketball player who is pretty much known for doing the little things extremely great, being fundamentally sound, being a great teammate, being a very coachable player, and just being, the role model of what you want anybody to be in a profession. Somebody who's just gonna be blue collar, show up, do their job, be mad cool, be a leader, and just like set the tone. Somebody that's gonna set the tone, not more so with words, but more so through action. And that's exactly what you want, or at least what you want to try to mold people into while they try to search for their own character while doing that. So, that's Tim Duncan. So being the Tim Duncan drill, what does that mean? So that pretty much means, we putting out a consistent product that people, mess with. Will it have a great impact? Can't really tell you. That's all on you. Does it meet the checklist of what I put out or what we put out? Yes, it does meet that checklist of what we put out. What we feel is a win isn't always a win to the public. But the main thing is we know that as an organization, or just period, as like a team, we know that we put out a dope product, and that all we can hope is we touch as many of the masses as possible and they view it the same way. And that also includes being consistent in that sound as well, which is another huge thing that we talked about last week, but also is part of that persona, because Tim is super consistent. With Tim, you expect 20 points and 10 rebounds. With us, you expect dope music. And with that, you expect dope music that involves, good content, a good sound, and good production. And with those all going together, you get a really, really good product. So that's pretty much the largest parts of it. But also too, one of the biggest parts is no bullshit with us. Sorry for the shaking. I'm holding my phone right now because I don't got my case on. It's a little hot. But yeah, you don't get no bullshit with us. We not here for like the fame, or here to say we got so much such and such followers, or here to say we doing this and this and that. Nah, we don't really care about that. What we really care about is just making music that the fans pretty much vibe with, and that that they fuck with us with. It's a sound that people fuck with us with. I'm not over here saying I started this shit, or I'm the greatest thing in this shit. Nah, I already made it clear off the top when I first started messing with the sound. It's RIP Pop Smoke, because that's one of the people who inspired the sound for sure. RIP Draco the Ruler, RIP Tricky Moves Brits. These are some of the people when I was first picking up the sound that absolutely made it cool for me to kind of include some of their stuff that they got going on inside of my stuff. So that's why we always get praise about the sound. Also too, we not one of those that say, yeah, we doing better than everybody else. Nah, we doing what we do in our lane, and we doing it the way we know how to do it. And we just let that we doing numbers doing it this way. Doesn't mean any other way isn't dope or any other way isn't cool, but we doing numbers the way we doing it, and we gonna keep on growing it. And we already know it's just the start. This is nowhere near where we need to be or where we're expected to finish at. So that's the whole cycle goes by. Yeah, so pretty much we're still growing. And with that comes a consistent, level-headed approach and a blue pale collared attitude. So we got places that we gotta go, and we got tables reserved that we gotta make sure we get to on time. So that's pretty much what goes behind the Tim Duncan the drill. It might have been a little all over the place a little bit, but really, if you follow the key points I was emphasizing, that's what goes behind that saying right there. So I don't want to make these too long. So main thing is, being personable, or just being more outspoken about yourself in an authentic way, and not, pushing it on people, but just being honest. It could take you a long way. It could take you further than, maybe where you're at right now. So it's obviously, it might be worth the try. So that's the biggest thing this week, just being more personable and just making sure that you're being yourself. And with that, people might like it, people might not like it, but at the end of the day, they can never say that you weren't you. And that's the main thing. You look in the mirror and you say you were you. So that's it for this Organic Wednesday, man. I hope everybody is out there doing numbers and staying healthy and organic. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. All right.